Welcome everybody. So we are on Instagram Live, we are on Facebook Live, we are on YouTube Live, and we'll be on LinkedIn as well. So today we're going to talk about what's going on in the world right now. We've got this coronavirus and what's it causing? Well, think of it this way. We're going to change the philosophy of what's going on right now. Rather than thinking all these bad things are happening to us, let's look for opportunity. We've mentioned this before in our live sessions. So here's the thing. I've put this onto Facebook as the comment, and the title is this: is stop, reflect, and act. Stop, reflect, plan and act. 4 different steps: stop, reflect, plan and act. So right now it's like nature has just gone and hit a massive pause button, hasn't it? Everything has stopped. Everything that we know to be normal has gone and had a big reset, a big stop, as nature's hit that big pause button. As a result of that, we're seeing the news right now of like the canals in Venice that have never been so clean. There's animals and wildlife that are coming down from the mountains that we haven't seen in towns and cities for such a long time. It's quite funny as well if you do get to catch up on that sort of stuff. So nature's hit the big stop button. It's told us all, even the biggest businesses out there, everybody has to listen to this. Stop. Right, so right now then you can either stop and go back into your everyday normal life that you would do and start watching Netflix if you wanted to and get through your day like that. Or you can start to reflect on what's going on right now. So, nature's hit the stop button, let's reflect. Let's reflect by doing some journaling, going through what's happened to us in the last past year. What sort of things are you grateful for? What sort of opportunities have you got right now that are possible? For instance, I'm getting more and more chance now. I'm staying at home. I get time to spend time with my new daughter that's 3 weeks old. Fantastic. Now, this all goes back to mindset, doesn't it? The philosophy of why you see the world. You can either go below the line that we mentioned before, where you start to find blame, excuse, and denial of things that's going wrong, and the more pessimistic way of life, looking at things of why things are so bad for you. Or you can start to look for the opportunity side. So this is reflection. So if you want to really reflect, get your notepad out, get your journal pad out, and write down all the things that you can really take into account right now to reflect what's going on well in your life. Because I mentioned before as well, when you come from this place of gratitude, of you're so fortunate to have these things, then all of a sudden all the other emotions in your mind, this is the psychology of the way the brain works, it can only experience one emotion at a time. So if you're happy, you cannot be sad. If you're sad, you cannot be happy. If you're in a place of gratitude, then you have to be in a place of feeling good about yourself, of feeling, oh, well, look how lucky I am. Even if there's a lot of bad shit going on in your life right now, there are some things that you can really be grateful for. So write them down. What are you grateful for? What sort of things have you done so far in 2020? You see, why use the start of the year? Why use all this idea of new year, new me? And then 3 or 4 months down the line, it's all just disappeared anyway. Everyone just forgot about this new year, new me bollocks, and it's disappeared. So why not keep that going? Why not keep that consistency, that pressure, that motivation going, keep it pumping. So having that reflect, you stopped because of coronavirus, now's the time to reflect. Now you can write a new plan. Where do you actually want to be in 5 years' time? When was the last time somebody asked you that? Why 5 years? Why not make it 2 years? Where do you want to be in 2 years' time? Write a plan. So 5-year plan, 2-year plan, 1-year plan, work back. And guess what? Eventually you're going to go back to today. What's more opportunity have you got right now than to write a plan right now whilst all this stuff's going on? While the world is on lockdown, you have been given lots of time to do the things that you haven't perhaps had the time to do in the past. Now time is not an excuse. So if you've been thinking to yourself, I really need to get that done, I really needed to do that in the past, now's the time to do it. Yeah? And if you're still finding excuses now, then guess what? You're being below the line, guys. You're looking for blame, you're looking for excuses, you're looking for reasons why it cannot happen to you. Everybody is in the same sort of situation, regardless. The common factor is here is What is your philosophy? How do you see the world? In research, we call it epistemology. You know, that's the philosophical term, is epistemology. That's the way someone's model of the world, they see their world. You see, there's a saying in NLP psychology that the map is not the territory. If you've got a map, then that isn't actually the world that you actually live in. The map is not the territory, so it's just the map. It's just an idea of it. Yeah, your actual world is what's going on in your head and the things that you put out there. Right, so we've got the stop button. We've started to reflect on the things that we're grateful for, the things that are going on in our life right now. And then we've started to make a plan. Where do we want to be? What's the vision? What do we actually want our life to look like? Who do we want in our life? Who do we need to be have a part of our life to get us to where we want to be? See, if we don't have a plan, guys, then we just go round and round in circles. When was the last time that you actually jumped into a car and you said to the sat nav, yeah, what's the location you want to go to, or just take me round in circles? You don't do. You type in the postcode, you type in the destination, and that gets you to where you want to be. So what sort of postcode are you typing into your world right now? Yeah, think about that, because a lot of people just go from day to day to day to day and end up in the same place. If you do the same things over and over again, expecting a different results, that's the definition of insanity, isn't it? So what sort of things do you need to be doing differently? So this is where it comes to that last fourth part now, is act. You've now got the plan in place, you've had the reflection, and now you need to start doing some different actions, because different actions lead to different results. Yeah, if you're planning to do a marathon in the next 6 months, guess what, guys? You're gonna have to start running at some point to get better, because if you don't start doing the running, you're never going to be able to do the marathon. Yeah, if you want to do a bodybuilding competition and you don't go to the gym and you don't lift the weights, guess what? You're not going to win the competition. You're not even going to get into the competition. So you've got the plan. You need to start doing some different actions, and those different actions are going to get to different results. So if I was going to put a fifth part onto this idea of the stop button, the reflection, the plan, the action, the next one would be, the fifth one would be getting different results. You can only get different results if you have a different plan and you have different actions in there. So use this time of coronavirus not to blame the government, not to jump on Facebook and start bitching with everybody else of all the negativity. Stop watching the news. Yeah, you can kind of get the gist from the government website what's going on if you need to be on top of it for your work or whatever it may be. But you don't need that negativity in your brain. You don't need it in your world. Be grateful for the things that are out there right now and the opportunity that is out there right now. So what sort of things are you doing to really grasp opportunity? Write them in the comments, leave them in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. So this will be live onto YouTube and onto Facebook and Instagram. So if you're watching on any of those platforms, make sure you give us a wave, give us a comment, and I'll interact back as well. So have a great day, guys, and remember, make the most of this time that you've got.